Welcome back. At the end of the previous part, we found a very distressing scene, to be honest. Olive Green here was about to drink from a bottle that contained poison. Now, most likely, based on everything we know, it's going to be strychnine. But yeah, quite distressing. Quite distressing. So anyway, suicide. 10 seconds later, and we would have arrived at a very different scene here. In all probability, we would have not enjoyed this most delightful conversation. Of course, perhaps it hasn't been quite so delightful from your perspective, Miss Green. Indeed. That key, though. Actually, in a way, now that everything's out in the open, I feel like a weight has been lifted. Tell me, how did you acquire that medicine? Come on, it's gonna be key to everything. Well, with this being a hospital and all, when the doctor comes to examine me in the mornings, he always leaves the medicine cabinet open for a while, so I snuck this out when he wasn't looking. It conspicuously lacks a label. I wonder what it contains. I'm afraid I don't really know. Strychnine! But I thought, if I drank it, it might just stop the pain somehow. I mean, is that case of like... what's the best way of putting it? It's like, because it's a serious topic. There's no way around. Like, that kind of thing is a serious topic. It's like, you've got to remember the pain others would feel as well. I feel that's important. Never forget that. Oh, please, Miss Green, don't talk of such things. Well, it seems clear now that it contains poison. Yes, that poor little mouse is proof of that. Oh no. Oh, it's all my fault. What have I done? I shall remove this to my office, Miss Green. I take it you have no objection. No. None. The card then. So that relates to the reason she was gonna do it. Yep, there's the rest of the envelope then. Neither the sender's name nor address appear to be written on the envelope or the card. It arrived by post at my home the day before the incident that put me in hospital. I have information regarding the death of Duncan Ross. Let's have a look then. Come to the Slug and Salad on Briar Road at 5 p.m. on the 17th. Don't tell anyone else about this letter or the meeting. It is a matter of utmost importance. Wait a minute. The 17th of this month? That's the day you were stabbed on Briar Road. And 5 p.m. is precisely the time when the incident occurred. The Slug and Salad, yes. A pub on the northern corner of Briar Road. Briar Road, being the street that Mr. Gardup's house is on. Does this mean that... Yes, I'm sure you've guessed. That day when I was struck in the back by the knife, I was actually on my way to the Slug and Salad. Goodness. We do have pubs that have such names, by the way. Like Horse and Hound. That's a thing. Slug and Salad, though? Not sure. I'm not sure. Someone look it up. We'll see if there's a Slug and Salad out there. So that's what you were doing on Briar Road that day. I'm sorry I didn't say anything before. I think I really will have to ask you to excuse me now. We need to tell someone. I mean, come on. I've told you everything. Yes, I'm very sorry to have had to drag up such painful memories for you. No, it's fine. Miss Green, please, promise us you won't try to do anything like that again. Yes, don't worry. Your detective friend has the bottle now anyway. Yeah, but we don't know what else you have. This is why it's like, tell someone. We need to tell someone. And besides, I've been stabbed in the back and had a close shave of a bottle of poison, and I'm still here. I think I'm destined to see things through to the end. It might sound a little conceited, but well, that's how all of this has made me feel. But why? Leaving Miss Green and St. Bartholomew's behind, we made our way back to Baker Street with Mr. Sholmes. Yes? Don't ask. Well, it would appear we've reached the end of the investigative trial for today. Yes, it's late. And Mr. Naruhodo, did you discover anything that may be of use to you in court tomorrow, do you think? Details about Mr. Shamspeare, Mr. Garradeb's lodgings, the convict, Selden. There are many facets to this case, and we're yet to see to the heart of it, if you ask me. That's my feeling, anyway. I can't help wondering about the result of the analysis. Into Mr. Natsumi's tea, you mean? Yes. Would they have found strychnine in it or not? Well, I fear that either way, it will be hard to escape the grip of our friend, Mr. Reaper. Oh dear. Yes. Barak van Zykes. But I wish you every success, of course. And though I was late to rise this morning, tomorrow will be a new dawn. I intend to spring from my bed at a crisp hour and attend the trial. Mr. Sholmes, you're going to come? Indeed. Whatever happens, I shall be there. Assuming my eyelids cooperate in the morning. Yeah, that's pretty much how I am. Very much like, I'll be there. Oh, I kinda let my subconscious win on that one. Well, I think we've done all we can. All that's left is to remain focused and keep fighting for Mr. Natsumi's case until the very end. London, the world's most prosperous city, home to some 6 million people. But away from the razzle-dazzle, down back alleys and behind bricked-up windows, the lonely lurk. Saseki-san had battled long and hard with loneliness during his many months here. And so I felt honor bound to battle equally hard for my compatriot, to lift the curse that gripped him. As Mr. Sholmes said, tomorrow would be a new dawn for all of us. Oh my. See how this plays out. There's a lot going on, isn't there? To be continued, isn't it? Come on, I'm pressing X. Come on. No. 23rd of February, 9:23 a.m. The Old Bailey, Defendant's Antechamber. Oh my god. Did he need to be that close? This is it then, Mr. Naruhodo. Yes, it's time to put an end to this now. To the miserable curse that has been plaguing Mr. Natsumi. To everything. And in my own small way, I shall do everything I can to help you. I always appreciate your help, Miss Suzuto. Suffering, Soseki, selfishly, sidelined. Why? Good morning to you too, Mr. Natsumi. Good morning! Good morning, locum student Mr. Naruhodo Esquire. Listen to you two, chatting away happily as if the main player of today's trial isn't here. Why would you do that? Why? Oh dear. I didn't mean to cause offense, Mr. Natsumi. I thought perhaps that because you had your eyes shut so tightly, you were meditating, finding inner calm. Seemed wrong to disturb you. I was waiting. What's the matter, Mr. Natsumi? You seem different somehow today. Why, naturally, that's because I've attained spiritual enlightenment. The path of literature, you see, is a journey to discover one's own death. Is it? What? Or such like. That sort of morning conversation I was hoping for. That's why I had my eyes shut. I missed the signs, I'm afraid. Somehow. You'll have to forgive me. And you mustn't talk of your path leading to your death, Mr. Natsumi. That was just an example. Oh yes, there it is. In a calm. You barely came to see me at all yesterday. I was sure you'd abandoned me and returned to our beautiful, long-lost homeland. We've not even been in Great Britain a week yet. Yes, well anyway, I intend to set everything straight in court today. I'm determined to uncover the truth. I've actually reached an important decision myself. Oh? What sort of decision? I shall fill you in after the trial. Alright. It would seem Mr. Shlomes isn't coming today after all. Oh, he'll be here somehow, somewhere. Just wait. It's a very clever message, I think. My dear fellows, you must win this battle on your own merits. It's a very clear message, I think. That he's overslept again. The great detective, my arch nemesis. Long may he stay away, if you ask me. Defendant, and your legal representative. The trial is about to begin. Make your way into the courtroom immediately. Today, once again, we face the Reaper. And when the Reaper stands for the prosecution, the defendant's fate is sealed. But I don't believe in that legend any more than I believe in Soseki-san's curse. The truth is hidden here somewhere, and I won't let it escape me. I have to keep believing in my client and keep fighting to the very end. That's all. "23rd of February, 9:40 a.m. in the Old Bailey, courtroom." Oh, yes, it's quite, yeah. "In the name of Her Majesty the Queen, I hereby declare this court to be in session. I call upon the counsels for the prosecution and defense to declare their willingness to proceed." The prosecution is ready. Yes, the defense is ready. Very good. And now I call upon the 6 ladies and gentlemen of the jury, chosen by lot, to represent the will of the people in this trial. Are you ready to proceed? Absolutely. Justice will be done, you mark my words. I feel obliged to say I feel especially ruthless on days when my hat is sitting just right. Oh, well, what if you could adjust my hat for me? Please be as ruthless as you like. Oh my. Thieves deserve to die, if you ask me. Especially gas thieves. I have no sympathy for the man at all. Look, I said it yesterday and I'll say it again now. I don't have time for this. I've got my own problems. Oh, may the Lord show us all the light here and lead his flock to a righteous verdict again today. Now, Lord Van Zykes, what can you tell us? The prosecution's report, please, for the court. In relation to the theory expounded by the defense yesterday regarding the defendant's tea. So he does have the results. Alright, get your bloody drink. Before the prosecution delivers the black news about the black tea belonging to the blackguard in the dark, pray allow me a moment to savor a liquid of a more sanguine hue. In fact, I'll defer to the good detective for the report. Here's to you, Inspector. Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. As indicated by the defense, we found a bar of soap just outside the victim's window in the snow. And there was indeed a frozen reddish liquid in a little depression on the top of it. Yes, that's the tea. That's what Mr. Natsumi brought with him that night. Oh, the brains of the yard analysed it, and yes, you're right, it was tea. And there wasn't a trace of strychnine or any other toxin substance in it. No poison at all. In other words, the tea that the defendant brought with him to the victim's room is innocent. It's in the clear. Just the tea, though. Yeah, that's the way you're phrasing it. The tea is innocent, yeah. What a revelation! Oh, yes, it's tea. I'll drink it, yeah. As I suspected. This makes it quite clear. The defendant, Mr. Soseki Natsumi, has blamed it. I knew it. My learned friend is jumping to conclusions again. A typical Nipponese reaction. What? Yes, it's true, no poison was found in the few drops of liquid recovered from the soap of the window ledge. But what logic is that? Would you take a drop from the Thames and conclude that the water in the ocean isn't salty? My word! The water in the ocean is extremely salty, Counsel! I won't take a drink from the Thames, to be honest. Exactly. Unfit for drinking, just as the victim's tea was on the night in question, says the water from the Thames, but okay. As the court has already heard, especially during that time. Bitter was the precise word from the lips of Mr. William Shakespeare, whom the prosecution now calls back to the stand. Oh, there's quite a turn-up. Should you fancy a cup? Oh. Very well, I will uphold the prosecution's request. Mr. Shakespeare. Yes, sounds like we're going to have another confrontation with our theatrical friend. Bailiff, show Mr. Shakespeare to the stand. Mr. William Shakespeare, the victim of this despicable crime. Oh, heaven, oh hell, do you command me to remember? Forsooth, 'twas I, Shakespeare, did have a belly full of foul fluid given in mine innocence. Yes, but as was revealed in yesterday's proceedings, the witness is not as innocent as we had perhaps first led to believe. By using bars of soap such as this, he had been stealing gas from the supply company, yes. One may smile and be a villain. Forsooth, 'twas I, Shakespeare, did have a room full of the sweet fuel given. That's right. Fellow jurors, don't forget, this man is a rotten thief. I haven't forgotten. Kept all that about the ice coins a tidy secret, didn't you? You should have owned up sooner. Arrest him, I say. Arrest him at once, and let him feel the sting of my tale. Oh, indeed. By dint of vile and cowardly means I have plotted to further mine own ends, I confess. Thou wouldst not pardon my sins, of that I am sure. If you acknowledge your wrongdoing, what exactly are you doing here? Cowards die many times before their deaths, and for a coward such as I, death be well deserved. But would it that a still greater crime passive unpunished? For lo, the hairy-faced gentleman of far the east than Verona did contrive to poison me.
Objection!
The bloody hell are you on about? But there was no poison in the tea found in your room. The police have attested to that. What the defense would assert, as inconsistency will quickly be cleared up by the witness's testimony. Is that not so, Mr. Shakespeare? Verily, my liege, I would most gladly speak. Verily? Very well, let the witness testify to explain this inconsistency. Tell the court why it is that the poison apparently entered your body, though none was found in the tea. Here we go. The tea inconsistency. The Japanese man did come to my chamber with tea brewed in a pot. 'Twas in my cup alone that the wicked miscreant secretly poured his wicked poison. Whilst feigning distraction in our debate, ne'er did a drop of his own drink pass his lips. When he departed by and by, I did use the tea that remained in his cup to make coins of ice. Nope, it would leave a ring on it. It's not gonna ring on it. I know your game, mate. I know my tea. I spotted this immediately. I know your game, mate. Thus, 'tis no surprise that poison be not found in the tea I did pour into the molds of soap. That was it. I expected an end to that. The poison was slipped into the cup after the tea had been poured. The normal way for poison to be administered, in my experience. Quite. Otherwise, it would be disastrous if the poisoner were to mix up the cups, for instance. But no poison bottle was found at the scene. Because quite simply, the Nipponese took the bottle back to his own room. Search his room. The absence of a vessel containing the poison only becomes problematic when considering suicide. I knew that. By now, it should be perfectly clear. A bar or two of cheap soap is wholly insufficient to wash the deep stains of guilt from the accursed hands. It's trying to really signify the stain there, isn't it? Sirs, madams, 'tis true that I, Shakespeare, be a common thief of gas. He admits it. But, listen here, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, straighten that out, mate, straighten it out. Fix it. Thank you. I really do want metal that wonder is made of. Yep, that makes sense. Wherefore would I lie? Remember, wherefore means why. So why would I lie? That's what people get with wherefore art thou. She's not asking where is he, she's asking why Romeo. Of all the people she can love, why Romeo? That's what she's asking. So why would I lie? Wherefore would I lie? Verily, I have no cause. I have naught to lose. Well, I do declare. Thank you for your testimony, witness. Counsel, proceed with the cross-examination. I think it's clear what we have to do. Yes, my lord. Where's the one that tripped me up and I was like, hold on. The tea inconsistency. So we need some way to, launch the stain at him. The Japanese man did come to my chamber with tea brewed in a pot. Very well. It was in my cup alone that the wicked miscreant secretly poured his wicked poison. We got no proof from that from the tea. Whilst feigning distraction in our debate, ne'er did a drop of his own drink pass his lips. It must have, bloody must have. Otherwise, where did it go? Where's the stain? Left the stain before. Nope.
Objection!
You claim that Mr. Natsumi didn't drink a drop of tea on the night in question. You can't use tea against me. No. But that's impossible. How? Chop logic. What is this, you clad fiend? The two teacups from the scene, one used by the victim and the other by the defendant, have a clear difference between them. One that represents incontrovertible proof. Incontrovertible? What difference? Look at the inside of the cups. Just here. There's a clearly visible ring. Yes, a tea ring. Commonplace enough. Indeed, such stains occur all too readily when one leaves tea in the cup for a while. It's true. Doesn't take long. I've got like a empty cup next to me because I had a cup of tea before we did this part. It's like, I've got a ring. Only a slight ring because it's like, I let it cool for a little while. Not cold, it's still hot. It's just not boiling hot, But it left a little ring, which means Natsumi went for it. Jeez. And yet Mr. Natsumi's cup has no such ring. Good lord, you're right. It's completely clean. And prithee, sir, what makest thou of it? Exactly what Mr. Natsumi told the court yesterday. The Japanese saying he quoted. Drink tea while it's hot. That's right. Yes. The jittery Mr. Natsumi was true to his usual self that night and drank his tea in no time. If, as you claim in your testimony, he didn't touch a drop of his tea, a ring would have developed on the inside of his cup as well. After the several hours the tea was left standing, yeah, it'd be really, really stained. Really stained. But, in short, Mr. Shamspeare, you clearly lied to the court. Get thee to a nunnery. A nunnery? Not to a nunnery. Oh, no. As a rule, I fill my hallowed chalice up to 7 times during any one trial. You might want to keep that information to yourself. Someone check that. Yet on occasion, tedium distracts me and I pour more times than I intend until the bottle is dry. Alright, forget that, scratch that check. Your drinking habits are fascinating, but irrelevant. On the contrary, they illustrate the fickleness of human memory. You gonna say, like, because he poured another, like, tea in there, that it wiped away the stain? That's not how it works, mate. It's a stain. It stains until you scrub it. To William Shamspeare. Yes, my liege? Though you previously stated that you made the coins of ice from the leftover tea in the cursed cup, could it be that you were perhaps mistaken? Could it be that, yes, perhaps, there was some tea remaining in the small teapot left at the scene? A fact that had vanished from your memory until now. Faith, my liege, thou art a magician. Yeah, pulling stuff out of nowhere, definitely a magician. For verily it is as though thou hast seen with thine own eyes that night. What? Forsooth, I was mistook. I did plan to use tea from the Japanese fellow's cup, but lo, when I looked, 'twas empty. And thus did I use the dregs that festered in the teapot, as my liege did suggest.
Objection!
And you've suddenly just remembered now that you've made a mistake before. And we were supposed to believe that.
Objection!
People's memories are imperfect, my learned friend, which is why we rely on evidence instead. But in any case, it makes no difference. The victim's most recent testimony tells us 2 things of note. Firstly, that the poison was put into the victim's teacup only. And secondly, that this spoiled cup was not the source of the insipid ice coins that have bewitched this court. The prosecution makes a fine summary of the facts. Furthermore, the testimony remains valid and in full support of the established facts. In other words... Tapes off. The inconsistency claimed by the defense simply does not exist. No. What does this mean then? I do declare it means there's no issue with the gas thief's testimony. Apart from the bit about thieving gas, obviously. My lords, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, I do solemnly swear, after I did dine at Grubb's Grubbery Alehouse that night, Grubb's Grubbery, naught did pass my lips but the black tea given me by the Japanese, whose back be stooped as low as death. And on what did you dine, sir? Why I did partake of my favourites, a broth that would be called soup, and a leaf that would be called salad. As in insalubrious. A menu is the establishment where it was served. But you gods will give us some faults to make us men. Willingly would I suffer what punishment is seen fit to serve a wicked thief of gas, but I pray, I got a hiccup then, I pray ye wise and noble fellows, ne'er forget the simple truth. That be one thing, and this be another. Jurors all, your humble servant Shamspeare doth entreat you. Punish the Japanese fellow for his sins. My lord! If I may speak, my lord. Yes, Mr. Foreman? I believe we may have been duped by that rotten defense lawyer. By me? I do declare you may be right. We all know the wife there was making coins of ice to keep himself warm. But this lawyer lad said if he's stealing gas, he deserves a dose of poison, eh? He's been leading us up the garden path, that's what he's been doing. I really never said anything like that. But what we just heard from the victim there has opened our eyes again. We've reached a decision this time, and we won't be swayed from it. The court acknowledges the position of the jury foreman, and will duly hear the jury's findings. Jury? What? No, you can't yet. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, you will state your decisions now.
Guilty!
Guilty!
Guilty. Guilty. Guilty.
Guilty. Guilty.
Oh dear, oh dear. Alright, we'll have to go at it again, won't we? Summation examination incoming. I hereby declare the jury to be in one accord. Oh, happy day! He's not happy. How is this happening? My lord, the defense asserts its right to carry out a summation examination. Very well, the court upholds the defense's rights. Typical. My learned friend is unable to accept the obvious truth. This trial will therefore enter its second summation examination immediately. Jurors, the court calls upon each of you to state the grounds upon which you find the defendant guilty of the crime of which he is charged.